potential war crimes being committed by the American military and the orders being given to their airmen and to their soldiers is not just my worry. It seems that there are a lot of experts who are very, very worried, in addition to the 100 legal experts who penned a letter warning of war crimes. There's a lot of judge advocates of the military, JAGs, who are also warning of that, and former JAGs who are warning about that. Today, Brian Lehrer on NPR has done an entire segment with a journalist from the Atlantic magazine, and she has been talking about how the Pentagon under Hegseth has actually removed all personnel and all sections that could review strikes and review whether an action meets the conditions of the laws of war, military code of conduct, Geneva Conventions, and all of that. So there is that going on, that they've actually purged people. And again, as we know, that Hegseth loves to talk about lethality, and that is all he wants, is that the Pentagon be a killing machine, and that any talk of war crimes or laws of war or anything are not to be discussed. So total IDFication of the Pentagon. So her name is Sarah Fitzpatrick, and she's a staff writer at The Atlantic covering national security. And she discusses basically the latest issue related to the military, and I think that would be worth listening to. So Trump is out in the White House right now amongst children who are doing the Easter egg roll as is tradition, and he is mouthing off one potential war crime after another. And a reporter just asked him how Iranian civilians should feel with all the bombing that is going on. And his response, you should all sit down before you hear this. His response is, the people of Iran get very upset if they don't hear the bombs dropping. The people of Iran get very upset if they don't hear bombs going off. This is exact quote. The Iranian people, when they don't hear bombs go off, they are upset. They want to hear bombs. The President of the United States has gone on to talk about he will obliterate Iran. When the journalist said, but you said you've already obliterated Iran, he said there's some things left to obliterate, and we will obliterate them. So this is the way he's talking ahead of his 1 p.m. supposed conversation along with military commanders. He is also talking about pillaging Iran. So he's saying that the American people want us out of there, but if I had my way, I would take the oil. Take the oil. This is not new. This is what he said about the Iraq war as well. Just take the oil. The rest of the world is there to pillage, destroy, take the oil. The conversation this man has will chill to the bone, I think, every woman. This is the way a classic abuser talks. Take by force. Do what I say or else. But it is the words he uses. This old man, the words he uses are that of a classic abuser. So that is what he is spouting right now from the White House gardens. He's talking about, if I had my choice, I'd like to take the oil because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it. Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I would take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money. Every word out of his mouth is an intent to commit war crimes. And we can only thank God that now this is being reported as such. In fact, a reporter said what you are saying is potential war crimes. And Trump's remarks are, well, having a nuclear weapon is a war crime. Oh, okay. So what did our bosom buddy Israel do? Meanwhile, as all the talk was about another offer of a peace deal or a ceasefire for 45 days, and Asim Munir, the Pakistani general, was on the phone all night with J.D. Vance and Witkoff and Kushner and Arakshi and back and forth all night long. Well, our bosom buddy bombed 2 petrochemical plants. They co-bombed Sharif University. They have now reportedly bombed a power plant in the city of Shiraz. So once again, there is full-on effort to make sure that Iran says no. Iran said no prior to all of this, knowing full well what America's bosom buddy was going to do. So Iran is saying no. It's not happening, and putting forward counter proposals once again. So there we have it. We are at another impasse. Meanwhile, the bosom buddy is helpfully committing war crimes in partnership with us. The former defense minister of Israel, Gallant, who, by the way, has arrest warrants issued by the ICC against him for war crimes in Gaza. He has appealed to Donald Trump to do what? To flatten Iran. He says Trump should flatten Iran and kill everyone in Iran. Just flatten it. There is another official in Iran who says, when asked, why are you bombing educational centers and schools and universities, is saying the following: because they are factories for Iran's military. In other words, exactly the same narrative that IDF used to kill children and adolescents in Gaza was that we're killing future terrorists. If we don't kill them now, they'll all join Hamas. Israelis are saying that Iranian universities and schools are factories for the military, meaning that these children, these young people attending these places of learning should be killed because they could then join the Iranian military. This is what America's partner in this war is saying and doing. In the laws of war, if war crimes are being committed, I think military personnel have an obligation to stop it from happening, to report it so it doesn't happen again. All of that is being violated. And I say again, Trump is forcing our service members to commit war crimes. This is not a rumor, this is not conjecture, he's saying it. Everyone can go online and see exactly what the President of the United States is saying, walking around the garden amongst children right now. So we are still in horrible territory, and it's called massive war crimes being committed now, committed on February 28th, and will be committed in the future. There are no more military objectives. None. They are now just killing civilians and everything that upholds civilian life.